And in that spirit, I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Congressman Kevin Yoder from the state of Kansas. Congressman Yoder is a three-term member of the House from suburban Kansas City, Overland Park in particular, and he's a member of the House Appropriations Committee, and I think we know what that means. I'm also pleased to report that he's a co-sponsor of ACS CAN's Patient-Centered Quality of Care for Life Act. He has been a terrific supporter of the issues that are important to us, so please help me welcome him to the podium, Congressman Kevin Yoder of the state of Kansas.
Thank you. Well, I'm getting fired up being here this morning. Some great speeches. I don't know that I can match some of the wonderful speakers you've had this morning, but I do want to thank you for being here. Wish you happy St. Patrick's Day, and let you know that your voices are being heard. A lot of folks come up to Washington, D.C., and they don't know whether it's worth their time, whether people care to listen. And I want you to know that your personal stories, your time you take to share with members of Congress today, when you're on the Hill, having opportunities to share with people why this is so important, it really, really matters. And so I want to thank you for being here. You know, I serve on the House Appropriations Committee, and we look at a lot of dollars and cents, and we talk a lot about philosophy in terms of spending. And you know, some of my colleagues this morning, outlined the fiscal challenges we face as a nation. But there is a bigger issue in this country than just dollars and cents. This is a human issue. This is a family issue. This is a friend issue. This is a personal issue. This is a heartfelt issue. And I'm still fairly new here in Washington, D.C., and as we try to make our priorities about what's important to us, there are a few issues like this that actually touch each and every one of us personally. I don't have a constituent or know a person who hasn't had some personal story related to cancer. If you haven't, you're very fortunate, and our heart goes out to those who have dealt with this personally. You know, when I look at the division we have in Washington, D.C., and we're certainly split amongst Republicans and Democrats, liberals and conservatives, rural and urban, cancer really doesn't know political parties. Cancer doesn't know state boundaries. It doesn't know the difference between a Republican and a Democrat. It doesn't even know what sequestration is. Cancer doesn't even know how a bill becomes a law. But we know that cancer affects every life, every family in this country. And so as we debate and try to decide how to move forward, how should we handle the challenges of our country, this is an issue that should unite us. This is an issue that should bring the parties together. And I think you're seeing that here this morning. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat or a Kansas Jayhawk or a Maryland Terp, I'm not sure what that is, a turtle of some sort. This is an issue that brings us together. You know, I am a proud Kansas Jayhawk, and this time of year, of course, Senator Cardin was talking about the tournament and March Madness. One of our great things that we've championed is not only having a great basketball team, but our Med Center is now a National Cancer Institute. That means a lot to our community. That means we have world-class cancer research, world-class cancer care right in our community. It means that my residents, my constituents, they don't have to travel outside of the state. They don't have to travel far, and they know that that work is being done here at home. Now, I have a 16-month-old daughter. Our first child, very excited, and it's one of the most challenging and amazing things you've ever had a chance to experience. And it's, as a member of Congress, it's very similar to what we do up here. There's a lot of crying and whining about things here, so it's changing diapers. When I tell my daughter what I did when I was a member of Congress, when I tell my daughter what we were able to accomplish, what a proud moment I could have if I told her I did everything in my power, I did everything humanly possible to help cure cancer. The United States is a global leader in research. There's no other entity, no corporation, no other country that prides itself and emphasizes federal research as much as we do. Yet we are falling behind. Not only are we losing our role as a global leader in research, we are not keeping up with the needs and the future healthcare needs of our country. We can think about where we spend money. We spend over $700+ billion on defense. We spend $700 billion more on Medicare, lots of things that are important to our country. Yet when it comes to researching cures to prevent future disease, we spend just $30 billion out of $3.5 trillion. What could be more important? What dollars could we spend that would be of a higher priority in Washington, D.C. than curing cancer? So going from 30 to 32 billion, frankly, that's a wonderful goal, and it is a modest goal given how tough it is to move things in Washington, D.C. But why aren't we spending $60 billion in NIH research? Honestly, I'm not a big fan of deficit spending. I'm not a big fan of deficits. Certainly, as a conservative Republican, I believe our fiscal health of our nation is one of the most critical issues long term. But I think I could go to my 16-month-old daughter and I could say, I borrowed money in your name to cure cancer. And she would thank me. I really do. So I think the sky's the limit. I think the sky's the limit. We know we can cure this disease. It's a matter of, are we willing to make it a priority in this country? That's it. And it's one of those things we don't think about until it happens. And then suddenly we wish we'd have done more. This is our wish we would have done more moment. And you have my commitment, you have my voice, you have my leadership to ensure that we do all that we can and we have no regrets and that we make this the very top priority of Washington, D.C. Thank you all. God bless you. All right.